The day the earth shifted. You ever notice how some places look peaceful, right up until you stand still long enough to feel what they're holding? That's how it was for Dr. Evelyn Rourke on the morning the valley showed its first crack. She wasn't born here, didn't grow up running these ridge lines or learning the old stories folks passed down like quilts. She came for the land, for the layers and the soil and the quiet work of reading the earth the way other people read faces. But that morning, with the sun still low and the mist hanging soft as breath over the grass, Evelyn felt something settle in her bones. Not fear, not wonder, just that quiet kind of wrongness that doesn't raise its voice because it doesn't have to. A slope had given way in the night, opening the earth like a book someone meant to keep closed. She knelt beside it, brushing the soil with the back of her glove, and the layers didn't line up the way they should. Colors out of order, compaction all wrong, like the land had been disturbed long before the slide ever happened. And then she saw it, a dull glint tucked deep in the dirt. She dug slow, careful, patient, and out came a hen rusted heavy, the kind you'd find on an old storage box meant to hold something worth keeping. But it was buried too deep, too old, too wrong. Evelyn turned it over in her hand, feeling the weight of a question she didn't yet know how to ask. This wasn't storm debris. This wasn't runoff. Somebody put a box in that ground before the valley ever existed. She slipped the hinge into her pocket and walked into town. Now, Marlene Huxley, keeper of the museum and guardian of every brittle map this town still remembers, was unlocking her door when Evelyn arrived. Marlene believed in paper facts, not porch talk truths. Evelyn set the hinge on the counter. "Found this in the valley," she said. Marlene gave it one glance, just one, and dismissed it with a wave of her hand. Probably washed down from somewhere else. The land shifts, that's all. But Evelyn had read enough earth to know when someone was using time as a shield. She left with more questions than answers. Outside, leaning against the railing like he'd been waiting for the world to slip, was Jesse Whitlow, sharp-eyed, restless, the kind of boy who hears the truth in the spaces adults skip over. "What did you find?" he asked. "A hinge," Evelyn said. "From a box." Jesse's brow pulled tight. "Under the valley?" "Under the valley," she said. He kicked at a pebble, thinking the way only a young mind can. Straight to the heart of a thing. "But the landslide happened before I was born," he said. "So how'd a box get under it?" Evelyn didn't have an answer, and Jesse didn't need one. They both turned toward the valley, quiet as held breath, soft as a secret. That evening, Evelyn went back alone. The light was slipping from gold to blue, and the wind moved through the grass like the land was remembering something it didn't want to say aloud. She took the hinge from her pocket, cold metal against her palm, and felt the weight of a truth rising slow as dusk. The valley hadn't always been there, and standing in that fading light, she wasn't sure it ever should have been.